Oh, Canada! Hi, Canada! Hello, fans of the Olympic Games. Little techno stuff for you. Okay, here's the big scoop. It is T-minus 9 days before the Olympics in Vancouver, 9 days before opening ceremonies. My name is Keith. I'm recording this in high definition in stereo sound from Mississauga, Ontario, and I'm here with my protector, my bodyguard, the K-Smack Winterman from Facebook. Okay, speaking of Facebook, I created a little page on Facebook, a group page, and 77 people have joined, and that's just to watch this blog, so that's good. It's not zero, it's not a million, but 77. Okay, we can live with that. You know, a lot of feedback is coming back about previous blogs I've recorded because the protesters are getting in there, making sure they get their protest notes on the comments pages. Anyway, that's cool. They have a right to protest, I guess, even though we're not talking about protests. Anyway, the reason I created this blog is actually to do a daily report on the sports in the Olympics. And we haven't gotten to that part yet, so I'm still recording this kind of as a learning experience for myself. Anyway, it's a good thing for me to educate myself and to get some background on the Olympics before I actually start talking about the sports. I only have one topic today, the opening ceremonies. And there's a dress rehearsal for the opening ceremonies, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Most people don't know that, but you think about it. Oh yeah, you can't just have an opening ceremonies, you have to practice. And so here's a story for you. I always thought when I was young, I loved the sports, right? Love sports. But the opening ceremonies kind of was a puzzle to me. Like, what's the big deal? Politicians making speeches, blah, blah, blah. Boring stuff, right? So anyway, I said, why is the tickets so expensive to the opening ceremonies? Because people want to see the sports, right, Winterman? Because I want to see the sports. So here's the story. I was in university. My college ran the Canada Games one year, the Winter Games. So I volunteered, a little tiny job as a volunteer. As part of the volunteer package, I got a free ticket to go watch the dress rehearsal for the Canada Games. Hey, that's cool. So I went. The place was packed, of course. It's all the parents of the volunteers and the athletes and stuff because, you know, the opening ceremonies dress rehearsal has no athletes there. There's no politicians there, no speeches there. The big name bands or whatever entertainment is not there. It's just a dress rehearsal. Anyway, so here goes. We're all sitting there and we're all watching the stuff unfold, right? The place is packed. And so what happens is there's a feeling in the audience. You know what everyone's waiting for, right? This happened in Nova Scotia, so everyone's waiting for that last person to walk in with the banner, Nova Scotia. You could feel it. So anyway, here I am sitting there, and you could feel the excitement, the buzz in the crowd. You know, people strolling in, little signs, different other provinces coming in. And then finally the moment hit. And sure enough, they announced Nova Scotia. And you know something? The entire place exploded in sound, and it hits you. It's that euphoria moment where you go, wow, this is surreal. You're looking at the fans, you're looking at this one person with a sign that says Nova Scotia, and there's no athletes there, and the place has just erupted in pride. You can feel it, and you go, now I understand the epiphany moment. I understand why people go to the opening ceremonies. There is no such feeling in the world to be there in person. You can't get this on television. You have to be there to feel the pride of your community. And it just hit me. And I realized, wow, this is something awesome. And this is the Canada Games. And I think the Olympics are so much bigger. If you want to feel pride in your country, go out and watch the opening ceremonies. And the tickets are $500. Yeah, they're expensive. But guess what? It's worth it. It's just worth it to feel that pride. And when the athletes come in and you're there, it's just an amazing feeling. And it hit me. And I realized this is what it's all about. So I know people complain and protest about the Olympic Games. But when you're there and taking all this in, man, it is something else. No wonder people pay so much money to go. And for those of you out in Vancouver, if you can go to see even the dress rehearsal for the opening ceremonies, get there because you'll never forget about it. You'll never forget it. It'll reverberate in your spine for years to come. Till the day you die, you'll remember that moment. Even though there's no athletes there, it is just incredible feeling. And they're probably going to have 2 or 3 dress rehearsals for the Olympics. So, you know, if you can get there, I don't know, tickets might be free. If you can get one, go. And that's all I'm going to say about the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. It is just such an amazing event. Man, you don't want to miss it. Winner man, look, he's smiling. He agrees. So that's my little story about the Canada Games, but just picture what it'd be like for the Olympic Games. Talk to you tomorrow.